everybody. Just before noon, everybody. This is Grace. And in this video, I want to talk about people who have that attitude that they are superior to everybody. They have all the knowledge in the world. Or they know where to find it, And when they're wrong. And they still want to hold that, have it understood that they were right. They knew who to ask. They knew what it was all about. And when it deals with legal matters, and they have this attitude. Okay, so from past experience, I had a pretty good clue what was going on. But instead, this was all being done at first through text, from these other people. And I wasn't responding. I was just getting the text thinking, oh, this is too much stress to listen to this, And I let that, they were texting. It was a group text, conversation. And some of the things just were, they were believing what they wanted to believe and hearing what they wanted to hear kind of situation. And finally I called one. She called me back this morning saying she didn't know that I'd called. And I had texted after that stating that's not going to be the case just because, what they were doing is just because they wanted it to be a certain way, they thought it would be. No, it doesn't. Laws don't work the way you think they're supposed to work all the time. People differ. I mean, my goodness, pay attention to the news. You see how people differ in what they believe is actually the law or how it should be, and what they think they can do no matter what. Okay, so then today she called me, and I told her some things, and I said, why don't you just get it straight from the horse's mouth? Because she was telling me things like she had heard this person said this, and she had Googled it, like Google, and I said, don't believe what you read on Google. It's a shame when people would think that, especially legal matters, legal, medical, anything. I always say I'm not a healthcare professional provider. Read the disclaimer in the description box below this video on YouTube, because I'm not. And I don't want somebody to take what I say and think that's law, or how life is and what you should do for your diet and all that. No, that's up to you and your healthcare professional or your lawyer or whatever is the case. Anyway, she was telling me all these things. She Googled it, and she heard from Billy Bob Jimbo, or that wasn't the person's name, but yeah, just make it a fake name, but that's how it sounds, But really, don't listen, that's how I see it. Don't just listen to anybody, because what they're hearing is what they want to hear. And I even told her that. I said, just call them, because, and when you do, we're all going to hear something different. No, if they say it's this, is that, somebody who thinks that way, and I explained to her, she's around my age, she's in her 40s, and I'm in my early 50s. It's like, people do have different, can hear the same thing, can read the same thing, and they get, different, because especially people who are kind of like that, the narcissistic types, they hear what they want to hear. Some of them. Yeah. Okay, anyway. I wound up calling the place, and I was right, I already kind of knew it. But I told her, I said, y'all, all of you need to call and find out for yourself, because, it wasn't in writing. And I already said that during the first conversation. I said, when things aren't in writing, they can say they didn't say it. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up. It's going to be probably ongoing, and I'll talk to y'all later.